18 horas 25 minutos en la República Argentina y nos vamos a ir rápidamente en vivo y en directo a los Estados Unidos.
Exactamente, estaba por hablar KAMALA Harris allí en Washington, luego de la derrota en las elecciones que se realizaron el día de ayer.
Aquí estamos escuchando, escuchamos unos minutos a la vicepresidenta de los Estados Unidos, quien de momento se encuentra agradecida.
El resultado de estas elecciones no es lo que esperábamos, ni siquiera algo por lo que luchábamos o algo por lo que votábamos. Pero escúchenme. La promesa estadounidense siempre será alucinante. Siempre y cuando no nos rendimos y seguimos luchando. Mi esposo Doug, mi preciosa familia, os amo. Muchas gracias al señor Biden.
To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much.
Estoy segura de que su labor continuará.
To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support.
De voluntarios quienes hicieron
to Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue.
A todos los trabajadores de colegios electorales.
And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran, and the way we ran it, and the way we ran it. Over the 107 days of this campaign, we have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country, with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation
dejaré de luchar por las ambiciones, por los sueños y las aspiraciones de los ciudadanos estadounidenses. Nosotras, las mujeres estadounidenses, tenemos todo el poder de decidir qué hacer con nuestro cuerpo. No será el gobierno y el Estado quien nos lo dicte. Nosotros tenemos derecho de proteger nuestras escuelas y nuestras calles de violencia armada.
Their government telling them what to do. We will never give up the fight to protect our schools and our streets from gun violence.
Todos y cada uno de nosotros, independientemente
and America, we will never give up the fight for our democracy,
fundamental
for the rule of law, for equal justice, and for the sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are or where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected and upheld.
La esfera pública, pues cómo estamos viviendo nuestras vidas.
And we will continue to wage this fight in the voting booth,
con respeto,
in the courts, and in the public square. And we will also wage it in quieter ways,
y viendo
in how we live our lives,
es una persona
by treating one another with kindness and respect,
vamos a luchar
by
por la
looking
dignidad
in the face of a stranger and seeing a neighbor,
la lucha por
by always using
nuestros
our
derechos
strength
es una labor muy difícil, pero a mí me gusta este tipo de trabajo.
For the dignity that all
porque merece
people
respeto.
deserve.
Y
the
la
fight
lucha
for our
por nuestro
freedom
país
will take hard work. But like I always say, we like hard work.
Será así, porque Estados Unidos
hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful work. And the fight for our country is always worth it. It is always worth it.
Está bien sentir decepción.
To the young people who are watching,
pero fíjense en que todo se arreglará.
I love you.
Porque cuando luchas, ganas.
To the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed.
Pero eso no significa
but please know
que
it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win.
Que tirar la toalla.
But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before.
Por favor, no tiren la toalla. Es
you have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world.
De movilizarnos.
And so to everyone who is watching, do not despair.
Nuestros
this is not a time to throw up our hands.
De justicia
this
y
is a time to roll up our sleeves.
Porque nosotros mismos podemos construir el futuro.
This is a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged
el inicio de mi carrera fue así.
The sake of freedom and justice and the future that we all know we can build
problemas, en desastres,
Look, many of you know I started out as a prosecutor. Throughout my career, I saw people at some of the worst times in their lives. People who had suffered great harm and great pain. And yet found within themselves the strength and the courage and the resolve to take the stand, to take a stand. To fight for justice, to fight for themselves, to fight for others. So let their courage be our inspiration. Let their determination
de la ley
be our
que la historia nos ofrece.
And I'll close with this. There's an adage an historian once called a law of history.
Es totalmente oscuro,
true of every society across the ages.
Podemos ver
the adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars.
Hay que sentir
I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time.
Que brillan en el cielo
but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars. The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service.
Nos va a guiar de Estados Unidos. Dios
and may that work guide us,
even
in the face of setbacks,
Muchas gracias.
toward
Gracias a todos.
the extraordinary promise of the United States of America. I thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I thank you all.
Bien, hasta allí el discurso asumiendo la derrota de la vicepresidenta y ex candidata a la presidencia para el Partido Demócrata, Kamala Harris. Solo cuando el cielo está muy oscuro se pueden ver las estrellas, es lo que sentenció, haciendo expresa alusión a los 4 años que se vendrán para aquellos afines al Partido Demócrata. Hizo un llamamiento también a los jóvenes para que no pierdan las esperanzas. Después restará y quedará también para el debate lo que ocurra en este sentido con respecto a los posicionamientos que han tenido los jóvenes en estas elecciones, pero hay muchísima tela para cortar y ustedes lo tendrán aquí en la continuidad informativa de Canal 26.